Soil biodiversity drives most of the important soil functions. Much national and European legislation calls for protecting and conserving soil biodiversity. For this, there is still a large need for database definitions of soil biodiversity baselines, thresholds, etc. To address these needs, a non-commercial data infrastructure, Edaphobase, was established. It provides a pan-European soil biological data and knowledge warehouse which can be used for understanding, protecting and sustainably managing soils, their biodiversity and functions. Edaphobase is hosted by the Senckenberg Museum of Natural History Görlitz in Germany. Edaphobase collects and combines data from heterogeneous sources on soil organisms, their distribution and habitat characteristics of their sites of occurrence, and makes this data available to the public in open access. Edaphobase currently includes data on Nematoda, Collembola, Orybatida, Gamazina, Chilopoda, Diplopoda, Isopoda, Enchytridae and Lambricidae. The database is currently being expanded to include fungi, bacteria and further organisms. Edaphobase lives from the cooperation with numerous soil biologists who upload their data to the database and thus make them available for overarching analysis and insight. The database currently focuses on Europe-wide soil biodiversity data, but includes data from around the globe. The data warehouse is publicly available and free of charge, open access via a web-based browser portal. Edaphobase emphasizes common provision and reuse of the data for and by the public. It follows the FAIR principles and offers DOIs to data providers for data publication in Edaphobase. Edaphobase's data policy protects the intellectual property rights of data providers and is conform with EU data protection legislation. Edaphobase harmonizes, standardizes and quality controls all data. This data is provided to all users who can download data for their own studies and analysis. It further offers descriptive data analysis tools such as distribution maps, species niche space analysis, as well as expected species composition for specific site conditions. Edaphobase is currently being developed further at a European scale by the EU COST action EUdaphobase. The COST action integrates experts from 30 different countries on soil biodiversity, software development and advanced data modeling to provide a state-of-the-art data infrastructure and assessment platform for science, policy, management and stakeholders. A focal approach is to gain insight into functional biological relationships in soils in order to protect and improve ecosystem services. Already accessed more than 11,000 times a year from all continents, Edaphobase is increasingly used for soil biodiversity assessments, analysis and publications. Edaphobase thus offers publicly available functional soil biodiversity assessment tools for understanding, protecting and sustainably managing soils, their biodiversity and functions. It transfers data into knowledge for use in science, policy, management and beyond.